Reactors. We got a pitch meeting from Screen Rant. Therefore, you know I have to give you guys a reaction, and it's to Thor Love and Thunder. Now, I haven't really shared my thoughts on this film here on YouTube, but I did share my thoughts on TikTok. You have probably seen it. But I will dive a little bit into it after this reaction. But you guys can, if you guys don't know what I think about this movie, maybe my reaction to this will tell you what I think about this movie. So, with that being said, let's reel it in. Spoilers!
Sir, you have a new Thor
incoming.
movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. And let me tell you, he's dumber than ever. Oh, okay. Yeah, just real. He's not smart at all, this guy. All right, well, I can't wait to see him team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, we kind of ended Endgame with them taking off onto adventure together. Oh, yeah, and let me tell you, sir, the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna be in this. Oh, boy. Just ever so briefly.
Which I'm okay with.
Right, and all his people have died, and his daughter too, even though he's been praying to their god. Okay. And then he meets his god, who it turns out is a big old jerk, and then he gets chosen by the Necro Sword and kills the god. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, so now Gore has become the God Butcher, and he's just gonna go on a rampage. He wants all gods to die. Why? Well, he thinks they're all selfish, and they only care about themselves. Dang, well, it's gonna be crazy to see him going around butchering gods. Oh, yeah, except no, that is gonna be happening off-screen. But
yeah.
he's the God Butcher. Yeah, so he's off doing that.
He's
we're
God
not gonna see
Kidnapper.
that. I would like to see it. No. Ah, dang it. Anyway, so then we're gonna meet up with Jane Foster. And what's going on with her? Well, she has stage 4 terminal cancer. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, but don't worry, sir. Everything's still gonna be hilarious all the time. That wasn't my concern. Still plenty of jokes per minute, sir. Don't even worry about it. Right, okay, maybe there shouldn't be in some parts. We're gonna be cruising at a furious JPM. All right. You know those screaming goat videos from the internet from like 10 years ago? Yeah, we're bringing that in. A bunch of screaming goats the whole time. All right, I mean, that was really funny 10 years ago. I guess it might still be funny now. Well, I hope you do like it, sir, because if it doesn't land the first time, it's certainly not gonna land the next 7. Wow, well, geez. So anyway, Thor finds out from Sif that Gore is butchering all these gods in amazing ways that I'm never gonna show you, and he's on his way to New Asgard next. Oh, no. Yeah, New Asgard has become, like, super touristy. Like, they have an ice cream shop called the Infinity Cones. It has, like, an Infinity Gauntlet theme. That kind of seems like it's in poor taste. No, it tastes fantastic. I mean, it's ice cream. No, I mean, the Infinity Gauntlet was used in, like, a worldwide tragedy that's kind of messed up for a theme. Yeah, nothing a little ice cream can't solve. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. So Thor shows up to New Asgard, and he sees that Jane is now also a Thor. What do you mean? Well, turns out back when they were dating, Thor had asked Mjolnir to protect Jane, so that's what he's doing here. Wow, well, it's gonna be cool to see her transform for the first time. Yeah, except no, that's off screen. That's off screen too. Okay, all right, dang it.
So much is cut from this film.
When you wield Mjolnir. That didn't happen to Captain America when he had it. Hey, shut up. And so then Gore steals all these children and runs away. Oh, super rude. And so his plan is to lure Thor, because he just knows he's gonna come to the rescue of these kids. He believes that all gods are selfish and only care about themselves, so his plan is to capture people that they care about, because they would definitely come help them. Yes. Well, okay then. So Thor goes to the city where a bunch of gods live, including Zeus, and he tries to get them to help, but they're all scared of Gore. Oh man, all these gods in one place? That's the perfect setup for a Gore the Butcher attack scene. Oh, you know it, sir. Anyway, so then they impale Zeus with his own thunderbolt and steal it and run away. Oh, impaling people and stealing their belongings is tight. Oh my god. That won't hold up in court, by the way. That wasn't an official admission of guilt or confession. Alright, so then they go fight Gore and he steals Stormbreaker. Why? Well, it turns out that Stormbreaker is the key to the realm of eternity.
I'm ready for the barely an inconvenience part.
It just seems like maybe it would have been easier for Thanos to just go there instead of trying to gather all the Infinity Stones. Yeah. Or for the Avengers to go there for that matter instead of inventing time travel. Yeah, well see, the thing is, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about previous Marvel movies. Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you very much. So does Thor just summon Stormbreaker back? That's a thing he can do, right? Yeah, no, I guess it's not within his summoning range. He needs to change service provider. And then they find out that Mjolnir is actually draining Jane's life force, so if she uses it again, she'll die. I thought Mjolnir was protecting her, now it's killing her? Yes. Dang it, Mjolnir, what the heck? So Thor is like, all right, well, Jane, you can't come fight with me, and I'll also Valkyrie got stabbed, and Korg is just a face. He lost his body. Man, well, it's gonna be hard for Thor to fight Gore on his own. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because see, he's not gonna be alone, actually. What do you mean? Well, he lends his Thor powers to all the kids, which is a thing he can do now. So they all fight Gore and his monsters. Oh, wow. Yeah, and so then our hero, you know, the guy with the army of child soldiers, attacks the bad guy, who's, you know, the guy who thinks gods should be nicer to people. That's, I don't, maybe don't phrase it that way. Right, okay, the good guy fights the bad guy. Yeah, definitely keep it vague, that sounds better. Anyway, then Jane shows up to help too, but she'll die. She does, yeah, but then Gore is so moved by their love, when he makes his wish, he doesn't wish for all gods to die. Nope. What does he wish for? He wishes for his daughter to come back to life, but then he dies, so Thor kinda has a daughter now. Very cute. And Korg has his body back and he falls in love. How did he get his body back? I don't know, and so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, but do you think maybe we're going a little too hard on the Marvel humor? Sir, it's impossible to lean too hard on the Marvel humor. Trust me. Hi everybody, it's Ryan here. Thanks for watching that video. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, please comment, please like.
Subscribe to Ryan George. Pitch meetings. Do it because I told you. Great video from Ryan George. He does not miss. You heard it here first. He does not miss when it comes to pitch meetings, when it comes to your favorite movies, where he makes fun of it with pitch meetings. Or he praises them with pitch meetings. But Thor Love and Thunder, you see my reaction to this video. You know what I think. You either saw my TikTok review, so you know what I think there. But I haven't really shared my thoughts other than on TikTok and my letterbox. If you have letterbox, follow me there. I pretty much follow everyone back that has a letterbox. But my link, it's linked in the description, my letterbox, and also my TikTok if you want to listen to that review. But I'll share a little bit of what I think. He hit it on the nose. I mean, if you really think about it, you got Gore, whose objective is to kill gods. Very serious, right? Very serious. His story is very serious. Then you got this movie dealing with, you know, Jane having cancer. Very serious. Very serious topics to, you know, take seriously. And then third, we got Thor in this movie all around, up and down, through and through for this nearly, doesn't even feel like 2 hours. Feels like an hour and 35 minutes making jokes all around. Some jokes land, some jokes do not, and some jokes are just too overboard. Some jokes are too repetitive, being that of the goats, which was funny, you know, as he said in this video, years ago. Years ago it was funny, but now they step onto the scene and you hear the goat sound. It's like, okay, I will admit, I laughed the first time. And then they kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and I was just like, I'm tired of these damn goats, man. But yeah, the action was great. I thought the visuals were fine. The CGI was, you know, okay at times, but it didn't take me out of the movie. What took me out of the movie was all the comedy and stuff. A lot of people would say the CGI took them out, and I was like, oh, that's their opinion, you know. But for me, the CGI was fine, you know. The action was great. I love Jane in this film. I really loved her story. But I will say this, my biggest pet peeve, I said it in my review on Letterboxd and TikTok, is the runtime. Yes, before you watch the movie, you see the runtime, and it's just barely clocks in at, you know, close to 2 hours. I believe it's around the hour and 50-minute range. It does not feel like that movie at all. This movie moves from scene to scene to scene to scene. Gore the God Butcher hardly gets, you know, to shine in this movie, but when he does shine, he is absolutely amazing. Played by Christian Bale, he just does a great job with what he has, and with what he has is very little. He should have more. Just like they said in the pitch meeting, all the butchering is done off screen. I wish we could have gotten this in this story, because when he's up against Thor, for me, I was like, Thor's gonna be fine. But I guarantee if they would have shown how strong the object, the Necro Sword, is making Gore be, and then him showing the butchering, therefore I can say this is Gore the God Butcher, and not Gore the Kidnapper as a joke, as a lot of people are saying about this film. Because if we would have had those scenes, I would fear for every one of our characters' lives on the screen. But the only thing that was more fearful to me was Jane's cancer. You know, Valkyrie getting stabbed in the back, I knew she'd be fine because I knew they wouldn't pull the trigger. You know, Thor, I wasn't, you know, scared for Thor against Gore the God Butcher, even though he was swinging the sword pretty close to his face. I knew he would make it out alive. Then Korg getting, you know, hit with the Zeus bolt. I literally, my mouth dropped to the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, Korg is going to die. And then they made a joke out of it, and he's perfectly fine. Right then and there, I'm just like, the stakes are very low in this film. But oh, there's just one stake, and that's Jane Foster. You know, Mjolnir is none other than helping her, but it's also killing her as well. So we have a stakes there too. But, you know, for everyone else, the stakes in this movie are really, really low other than Jane. And then, you know, Jane at the end passes away from using Mjolnir again after she was warned not to. And then she dies, and it's a heartfelt moment. I really like that moment. And then seconds later, she's in Valhalla. And I love the two post-credit scene. A little iffy on the first one. I really love the second one. Even with the surprise cameo to Heimdall. Seeing Idris Elba again, that was great. But seeing Jane back in, Valhalla is also great. But I feel like they should have saved that for another movie. You know, really let us feel like, man, we just lost Jane after a performance that Natalie Portman does as Jane. It was so great. It was so great. And then for the movie to just, you know, on to the next post-credit scene. And it's like, oh, I would just want it to sit a little bit knowing that, you know, Jane's, you know, not coming back. After a good performance, after every scene she was in, she was amazing. And then it's just like, oh, we're not going to get her back. And then the next movie, you know, the next Thor movie, she makes a return. It's like, yes, that crowd pleaser. But it was like less than 5 minutes, she's back. So it's just like, oh, you know, the stakes in this movie were really low. You should expect to see a scene where, you know, Jane comes back. I enjoyed the second post-credit scene. I just feel like they should have, you know, held her death, you know, under wraps until a next Thor film. The first post-credit scene, although it's Hercules, I enjoyed it. I might watch it. I don't know. But I don't watch Ted Lasso, but I know the actor from Ted Lasso after seeing some highlights and some short clips of him. So I know a lot of people are very happy about that. I don't know what to expect from that actor playing Hercules. But once I saw Hercules, I was like, oh man, Hercules coming. Then I was just like, will he be able to pull it off? We'll see. We'll see in the next Thor film because obviously at the end it said Thor will return. So we'll get that. Thor Ragnarok still holds a place in my heart. As a matter of fact, I believe if I have it on my list on Letterboxd, it's ranked top 10 or in the top 5. I really love that movie. But Thor Love and Thunder, I have that ranked low. It's not the worst MCU film. It's not the best MCU film. It's right in the middle. But out of the MCU movies that we've gotten, it's my least favorite at the moment. Out of Phase 4, it's not my least favorite Phase 4 movie, but it's nowhere near at the height of Shang-Chi or Spider-Man No Way Home. Matter of fact, I enjoyed Doctor Strange a little bit more than this, and that might even raise your eyebrows if you preferred this movie over Doctor Strange Love and Thunder. But for me, I enjoyed Doctor Strange a lot more than this. But I feel like Taika is a great director. I just feel like he missed the ball on this one. And with Thor Ragnarok, he had a good balance between action and comedy. And I feel like with this movie going into the fourth Thor film, he said, I'm going to do exactly what I did with Thor Ragnarok, but more. And I get that. That's cool. But make sure if you want to do it more, make sure you bring in action there too and the seriousness there too, along with the comedy. So a good balance. But for this movie, it was like action, seriousness is right here, and then he just overloaded. He put his whole foot, you name it, into this movie for the comedy, and it just absolutely surpassed, everything that, Thor Ragnarok was. But he did it at a comedic level, and I said in my TikTok review, I felt like he wanted to, be Thor Ragnarok instead of trying to outdo Thor Ragnarok, and the balancing in this film was way off, and it was like a seesaw in this film, and then boom, overloading on comedy. And me, I'm a funny guy. I love laughing at things. There were things I laughed at, and there was things I just was like, okay, can we chill with the laughing moments? Like, we're dealing with seriousness. This guy's killing gods. we're dealing with, cancer. The story is really, really like this. And then, let's bring in the comedy, and we're just going to have it wacky and stuff. But, I feel like Thor's character didn't take a step back from what he was. I just feel like he didn't progress. He just stayed still from what we've seen from Endgame. He's here. Ever since the first Thor, he's just been slowly going up. Slowly Thor 1, Thor the Dark World, even though I hate that film, he slowly went up. And then we get, him and Thor Ragnarok, and it's just like, boom, holy crap, this is what we've been wanting for. Then Infinity War came, and it's like, boom, blows the doors off. And you're like, this is what I want. And then Endgame, he's still up here. Even though I prefer Infinity War, Thor's, I think a lot of people prefer Infinity War Thor as, the character that we want for Thor. That was great. And then Endgame was up there. And then I just feel like it started to level out with this film, Thor Love and Thunder. But what did you guys think of this reaction? What did you guys think of Pitch Meeting? Subscribe to them. Subscribe to me. Turn on those notifications. Hit those comments. And let me know what you think about Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, it's a lot. And I thought I'd just, share it with you guys. I was going to do a YouTube review, but I was like, you know what? I got a Letterboxd review. I got a TikTok review. I can just react to a pitch meeting and then share my thoughts at the end of the video, which I am doing currently. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Hopefully you enjoyed Thor Love and Thunder. I enjoyed it. I just thought it was okay. It was okay. Wasn't a bad film. It was okay. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. It's a 3 to a 3.5 out of 5 stars for me. It was okay. Will I see it in theaters again? Like I see pretty much every Marvel movie that comes out, I see it multiple times. This is going to be the first time in a while where I've only seen a Marvel movie once in theaters. Every other movie in the MCU, I think I've seen more than once, except for Thor the Dark World and Black Widow and Captain Marvel. Yeah, I've only seen those. Out of those movies, I've only seen them one time in theaters, but everything else I've seen multiple times. With that being said, I'm eager to hear what you guys think about Thor Love and Thunder and what you think about the pitch meeting. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm signing out. Peace.